First topic by Chris Pena. Hey, John and crew, with Christopher Nolan's next film adding Kenneth Branagh and Aaron Taylor Johnson, and with the title now released, is it too early to call it one of 2020's most anticipated films?
Well, I mean, first of all, is it ever too early to call the next Christopher Nolan film one of the most anticipated films of that year? No, it is not too early to do that. It is not too early to do that at all. I mean, Christopher Nolan's next film was one of the most anticipated films of 2020 when they just said, hey, everybody, Christopher Nolan's got a new movie coming out in 2020. That's all anybody needs to know. The guy has never made a bad film. I mean, his worst film, in my opinion, is probably The Dark Knight Rises, and that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. And I think that's his worst movie. So, I mean, yes, it absolutely is. And again, one of the things Christopher Nolan does is he puts together stellar cast. Now, I forgot to throw in Aaron Taylor Johnson, but you've got Kick-Ass's Aaron Taylor Johnson. We've got Rob Pattinson. We know he's now in the lead, along with John David Washington from Black Klansman. Of course, he's Denzel Washington's son. So you got these two guys. You got Elizabeth Debicki, who was just in Widows and was really good in Widows, by the way. And they're saying she's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, reprising her role from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That'll be interesting to see. You have the great Kenneth Branagh in there as well. And of course, what is a Christopher Nolan film if Michael Caine's not in it? So of course it's going to have Michael Caine. So Michael Caine is in there as well. So the movie's called Tenet. I have no idea what that's alluding to. They're talking about it's like some kind of spy thriller the movie's going to be, which you've got me hooked right there. All you got to say is spy thriller and I'm in. Then you got to say Christopher Nolan. Then you got to say that cast. This is coming together really great. Is it fair to call it one of 2020's most anticipated films? Hell yes. I'm there. I already was there because it's a Christopher Nolan film. Adding all these pieces on top of spy thriller, this cast, absolutely it is. It is not too early to call that. Rob, you've been seeing this unfold, hearing about his new movie, seeing the casting announcement, getting the title. How's this sitting for you?
Come on. I mean, I'm very excited to see this film. I think it's going to be fantastic. Who knows what it's going to be? I don't know. Tenet, like we were talking about, what does that mean? The basic tenets, like a philosophical thought. Like, I don't know what that means. It's what is it? A palindrome? Is that what it is? What's a word that is both front and back the same?
Oh, I can't
remember.
Not
a palindrome. What's it called?
When it's spelled the same?
Yeah,
I
can't
forget.
remember. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's intriguing to me, and I can't wait. I mean, for no other reason than Christopher Nolan is one of our A-list Tiffany directors, and everything he does, whether you like it or not, like for instance, Inception, I think, is one of my favorite movies of the last 20 years. Interstellar, which I was looking forward to, not so much, but I still really appreciate the craft behind it. I really love Dunkirk, and of course, the Dark Knight trilogy. Who doesn't like that? I love The Prestige. I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. He's a little mannered, but I love his movies, and I can't wait for this.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're talking about a movie that he's going to, you're talking about the guy who does Inception and The Prestige, and like, he is just, and by the way, my favorite film of his is a film that a lot of people haven't even seen. It's called Insomnia, that he did with Al Pacino and Robin Williams. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite Robin Williams performances of all time. Of course, he became a household name with Memento. This guy just cranks out really, and I'm like you, I'm not super big on Interstellar, but everything he does is so interesting and cool, and Dunkirk, it was such a different film for him. And I loved what he did with that. I'm always finding something super interesting in the films he does. So I'm with you. This sounds great. I'm excited about it. The casting sounds wonderful. What do you guys think about all the casting announcements, the title, the kind of basic details we're getting now? Is 2020 the year that Christopher Nolan's next film is one of your most anticipated films? Jump into the comments and let us know what you guys think.